Our story begins in a remote place, deep within a forest. Here, a small family lived, a father, a mother, and their son, Noor. The father would often tell his son tales of strong adventurers who protected the weak, defended the helpless, and healed the sick. They were the best of people, he'd say, who raised their swords to shield others. These stories ignited a love for adventurers in young Noor, and he dreamed of becoming one himself. Day by day, his admiration grew until it became his life's goal. But not everyone's dreams come true. His father passed away, and his mother fell ill, leaving Noor to care for her. Days turned into weeks, and weeks into months. His mother knew his dreams and the life he longed for, but he stayed with her, tending to her in her sickness, forgetting his own aspirations. He cooked, cleaned, and herded the goats. His mother was heartbroken that her son couldn't live the life he wanted. She apologized, saying she couldn't give him anything more. Perhaps she sensed what was to come, that her time was nearly up. And so it was. His mother passed away, leaving Noor alone in their isolated forest home. Despite his grief, Noor remained a vibrant and lively boy, full of life. His daily routine continued until one day, he stumbled upon the book of adventures his father had read to him. It reignited his childhood dream of becoming an adventurer. With renewed passion, he decided he must leave for the city. And so, he left home. Passing through the magical rock that concealed his house for the first time, he set off for the city. It was the first time he had seen what he had read about. The city was vast, diverse, and filled with people of all kinds. He was overjoyed to be on his way to fulfilling his dream. But it seemed farther away than he had imagined. He reached the guild and tried to register as an adventurer, but his request was denied because he was too young and his parents wouldn't agree. However, when the guild master learned he was an orphan, he asked him to register and list his skills. And here was the problem. Noor had no skills at all. No magic, no combat, nothing. How could a person have no skills? The guild master wondered. He told Noor to attend a training school to learn a skill. He promised that if Noor could acquire even one skill, he would register him as an adventurer. So, Noor began training at a swordsmanship school, but failed. He also failed at a school for warriors. Failure followed him at schools for spies and magic users. He even tried to become a cleric to heal people, but failed at that too. He had failed at every school he had attended and couldn't succeed in any of them. This meant he would never become an adventurer and would not be accepted into the Adventurers Guild. Just as he had entered the city months before, he left it now. But this time, he was heartbroken and felt weak, believing his dream was far out of reach. He returned home and sat before his parents' graves, feeling disheartened by his failure in the city. He realized that dreams weren't easily attainable for anyone. They required strength, courage, and an unyielding desire. If he wanted to achieve his dreams, he had to cast aside his sorrow and weakness and take action. And so, he decided to begin rigorous training until he acquired a skill. Month after month passed, and Noor grew stronger and stronger, but he still had no skills. 3 years passed, and nothing had changed except that Noor was stronger than before. Ten years had gone by now. 10 years of intense training. It had transformed him into a strong, sturdy young man, but he still had no skills. It was time to return to the city and register at the Adventurers Guild. He returned, but the answer was the same. He couldn't become an adventurer because he had no skills. After all this effort and time, nothing had changed except his physical strength. The guildmaster, impressed by Noor's dedication and loyalty to his dream, observed these changes. He told Noor that there were many types of adventurers, but one category was often overlooked and considered the most lowly. It required no skills or anything special. Those who took on these tasks couldn't accept powerful or magical missions, but were instead assigned menial tasks like rescuing cats, cleaning waterways, or caring for the elderly. He doubted Noor would accept such a role, but Noor agreed. And so Noor officially became an adventurer, albeit in the most lowly rank. Yet, he was overjoyed to have finally achieved his goal. He eagerly took on his tasks, rescuing cats, cleaning waterways, and caring for the elderly. At night, he continued to train. And so, days passed for Noro, the unknown adventurer. He thought his life had come to a standstill with this work, but it seems fate had other plans. From a distance, he heard a girl's cry for help. He rushed towards the cave from which the sound came. There, he found a huge beast, a bull standing on its hind legs, wielding an axe. A girl was tied up, and soldiers were trying to protect her from the beast, which was slaughtering them one by one. The beast was moving towards the girl as if under some control. Noro moved quickly and confronted the beast, parrying its powerful blows that shattered Noro's sword. Only one blow remained to save the girl. With that blow, he managed to defeat the beast with great difficulty. The girl thanked him and asked for his name, but he said it didn't matter. He left her and walked away. He thought about how weak he was and how he had barely managed to face a bull wielding an axe. Had he almost been killed in that confrontation? Was Noro truly weak? And who was that girl, and why did the beast want to kill her? We will find out in the coming chapters.